So all there is what's happening, is this, is what's happening. Isn't that so brilliant? I love speaking like that. All there is what is. In every moment, that's all there is what's happening. You can't escape it. You can't go to the moon and get away from what is. You can't go to Australia and get away from what is. You can't take loads of drugs and get away from what is. You can't get married and get away from what is, or have children. But surprisingly, humans are always trying to escape what's happening. Surprising enough, even though that's the constant, what's happening, the human is always trying to think of ways to have a better what is. All the ways why this what is isn't enough. And this starts really young. It's like the predisposition that happens in the human. So you start off as a baby, free and alive and awake, and all there is life happening. And as a baby, you don't know that there is what is, or there isn't what is, or that there is consciousness, or that there is a hand or isn't a hand. There is only what's happening. There's only this awakeness, this alive presence. Then, as the baby gets older, it begins to be called a name. So Jack or John or Helen or Anne or Sue. And it keeps being told it's that name. You are Helen. You're Helen. Helen, Helen, Helen. Hello, Helen. Hello, Helen. Hello, Helen. Hello, Helen. And so eventually the baby begins to associate that name with who it is, that its name is Helen. And this is the beginning of identification with form and the forgetting of who you truly are, which is what is. So prior to that, all there was what's happening, was life happening, this happening, what is. And what is no thing appearing as everything. And it's conscious of itself, it knows itself. There is awakeness happening here. And then it begins to believe it's a name. And then it begins to look at the body and believe it's the body. I am the body. And I end here. And the chair begins, I end here. And the chair begins here. And the outside world begins out there. So it's not very conscious. It's not like one day the baby wakes up and it's like, bing, I am a body. It's like a gradual development that happens. So it's gradual. And then the baby begins to associate things that the baby owns. So I have a cup, my teddy, my friend, my mother, my father, my bed, my seat. So there is a baby. And it begins to claim things. And as it gets older, it begins to claim more things like my hair color, my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, my behavior, my way of being, my choices, my free will, my school, my teachers, my books, my backpack, my lessons, my intelligence, my behavior. And everything gets like sucked into this me, which wasn't there at birth. The me wasn't there, it developed. It was, in the beginning there was awakeness, there was a presence, there was everything appearing as nothing, or nothing appearing as everything, whichever way around you want to say it. And then it begins to claim all these things and believe that's who it is. I am this person. I have all these emotions. I have all these behaviors. I have this intelligence. It's my life. And in my life, it's my responsibility to have happiness over unhappiness. And it forms all these ideas and all these belief systems of what happiness is